I want to start off with our root path, which is our catalog's index function. Now, if I try to navigate to our catalog index function in incognito mode, we'll actually get an error because we would not be logged in. So we'll just go over to our incognito mode. So we get an error saying that an API key must be set first. And that's true because if we go back here and we go to our catalogs controller, we are right now in this little else statement and it uses GeoIP. But we don't have GeoIP set up yet, so that is something that we have to do for this video. So to do that, what I want you to do is go to your config and go to initializers because that's where we'll be creating the file to configure our API key. So what I want you to do here is I want you to create a new file and just throw these lines in there. GeoIP dot API key n equals GeoIP API key, app key. So this app key, if you guessed it, it goes into our application.yaml. So let's just save that first. Make sure it's in our initializers, and we could close that off, and we could go over to our application.yaml. Now, in our application.yaml, what we want to do here is we just want to add that extra key. So what I want to do is I want to do GeoIP app key, and then I want you to put your access key ID here. So how you do that is you go over to the GeoIP website and then you register for an app key. So I'm just going to let you do that. And right now I'm going to pause our video so I could enter my own key. After entering our own key and registering for our, our app key at GeoIP, we would put our key into the application.yaml file, restart our server, and if we refresh the page, then this is the page that would come up. So that's all nice and dandy. Now what we need to do in this video, for the rest of this video, actually is to create some more, we want to create some more migrations. So let's head on over to our terminal and let's generate some migrations. So Rails generate migration, and we're gonna call one create shipping addresses. And you could see that we've created the shipping addresses migration. And we're also gonna create another migration called preferred deliverers. So let's just create that migration as well. That's great. And finally, we're gonna generate a model, and we're gonna call it carts or cart because it needs to be singular. So let's just generate that. Okay, so we created our carts model and we created the migration for that. So let's just go over here and fill these out to include what the information that they need to include. So for our create shipping addresses, as you might be thinking already, this is going to hold the shipping addresses for our users. So a user can have a billing address and a shipping address. That's what you normally see when you go shopping online. So that's what we're going to create. So we're going to have a few columns here. We're going to have the first name, and we're going to have last name and their address 1, and these all cannot be null. We're going to have an address 2, a city, region, postal code, country, telephone, email, description, and this address is going to have to belong to you in order because there's really no point of creating a shipping address if there's no order attached to it. So if you look at this, it's pretty similar to what we have for our org persons. So pretty similar. We have first name and last name, and we have their contact information. So you could kind of think of it as a hybrid of the two. So that's our shipping addresses migration. Now for preferred deliverer, this is something that we're gonna create at a later date probably, and it's since our app is gonna at some point welcome deliverers to kind of create their own delivery business around our application, then we could do uh, t integer deliverer ID null false and t integer supplier ID, and this is also going to be null false. So the idea here is that we want to create a supplier delivery system where our already existing suppliers can pick the deliverers that exist in our system and create kind of a like a good relationship that allow them to or incentivize them to use the app some more. So our last migration, our create carts migration, is really to hold all the things that the customer wants to purchase. So kind of like your shopping cart when you do online shopping as well. This is going to belong to a person, and it's going to reference an org product, and the cart is going to have a name and a tax amount for the item, and it's going to have a price and the grocer it belongs to, and also the quantity that the user wants to buy, and it's also going to have the weight of the item in grams and the expiry date. So that is those are our migrations, and at this point I think that's a good place to stop. In the next video we'll work on the model and perhaps even get started on the controller for our carts. So please rate, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave your comments and questions in the comment box below, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Thanks for watching.